If there was one thing that would determine whether you would succeed in a suit for specific performance of an agreement of sale, what would it be? What is literally the most important thing that you must plead and prove in a suit for specific performance? If you are the buyer in a particular transaction and the seller is not coming forward to execute a sale deed in your favor in Hyderabad, then you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to be talking about the number one thing that you must prove in court to be entitled for the relief of specific performance. Hello everyone, my name is Ramana Reddy and I'm a practicing lawyer in the High Court of Telangana. On this channel, I help you by simplifying complex legal concepts. For tips, tricks, and more legal information, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Let's say, for example, that I am selling you a flat for 2 crores that we have entered into an agreement of sale on the 1st of January, that you paid me 1 crore and 1 crore is still balance, and that we have until the 31st of March by which you will pay me the balance 1 crore, and by that time I have to also execute a sale deed in your favor. Now let's say that I'm not coming forward to execute the sale deed in your favor, so you go to court, you file a suit for specific performance. So in a suit for specific performance, what you're basically asking the court is, you're requesting the court that please direct Ramana to come and register the sale deed in my name. Now, when you make such a prayer to the court, there are a couple of assumptions that you're making. The number one assumption that you're making is that you are ready and that you are willing to deal with me. Now, this sounds obvious, but there are a few technicalities. So let's break it down into two parts. Let's take readiness and willingness separately. So when you talk about readiness, one thing to keep in mind is that when you ask the court for specific performance, you are saying that you actually have the balance 1 crore to begin with. I mean, if you don't even have the money to complete the deal, then it doesn't make a lot of sense where you go to court and you say, please ask Ramana to come and do the sale deed in my favor, because you need to show that you have the financial capacity to complete the deal. And you need to show this financial capacity not just on the date on which the agreement or the sale deed was to be executed, which is by the 31st of March, but you need to show this throughout the course of the case, for however long the case is pending. Now, you could deposit the money in court, but that's not compulsory. I mean, unless there's an order of the court that requires you to deposit the money in court. But you need to show something. You need to show that you have that money in your bank account, or that you have a bank sanction letter, which you keep renewing periodically, to show that throughout this period, I have the financial capacity to close the deal. So this is the readiness piece of the puzzle. So you need to show that throughout this time, you have the financial capacity to pay the 1 crore to me. That is the readiness piece of the puzzle. Now, the second thing to show in a suit for specific performance, apart from readiness, is that you are willing to come forward and complete the deal. Now, again, you may say, I mean, this is pretty obvious. I came to court to file the suit for specific performance, asking Ramana to come forward and execute the sale. So obviously, I am willing to complete the deal. But it is not so simple. So let's take our example, where by the 31st of March, I need to execute a sale deed in your favor and you need to pay me 1 crore. Now, let's say that you delay in coming to court. That if you delay in coming to court and you come to court not in March but in December. So as the seller's lawyer, I will really be cross-examining you as to why you waited so long before you came to court. Because I will argue that you did not have the interest in closing the deal. Either you did not have the money, which goes to readiness, or that you did not have the interest in closing the deal, which goes to willingness. Now, generally speaking, the law provides for a particular period in which any case can be filed. Now, a suit for specific performance can be filed within a period of 3 years from the date of non-performance. So in this case, I had to perform by the 31st of March. So technically, you have 3 years to close the deal. But courts have held that this 3-year period is for some extraordinary cases where the buyer is truly unable to come to court because of some serious difficulties. The general principle is that time is not of the essence in any contract. Any contract, it's not as though there's a breach today, you have to rush to court tomorrow. That is the general principle. But in these real estate transactions, what has happened is, so let's take a case where, so suppose you're coming here to buy a flat from me for 2 crores, and on the 1st of January, you wait 2.5 years to file the suit. Now, the price of that property must have gone up from 2 crores to 7 crores. So you having given an advance of 1 crore for that particular property, if you stand to gain 7 crores only by paying another extra just 1 crore or paying 2 crores for a 7 crore property, that has been deemed to be unfair by the courts. So in a suit for specific performance, it is probably one of the few cases where if I don't come forward as the seller to execute a sale deed to you, then you must come to court as soon as possible. Because as the seller's lawyer, if I was in his shoes, I would really put that delay under a magnifying glass. And I would ask you, why did you not come to court on the 1st of April? Why did you not rush to court? Because if you were really serious about the deal and you were willing to do the deal, then you should have come to court as soon as possible. Now, readiness and willingness, for those of you who are interested in the legal provision, it is section 16C of the Specific Relief Act, which is a personal bar to relief. So if you are not ready and willing, if you don't show and prove that you are ready and willing, then the court will not grant you a judgment of specific performance. So to conclude, the number one thing that you must take care when filing a suit for specific performance is to show that you are ready, which basically means that you have the financial capacity, and number two, that you are willing, that there's no delay in your part in approaching the court. If you want more information about how to file a suit for specific performance in Hyderabad, make sure to click the link above. Thank you for watching.